when you do those things, you reap the benefits.
What does it mean to be going to Dallas, where you have so many personal connections?
Oh, it's great. Most of my family is down there. My mother's from there. I was born in Oak Cliff. Mother and father got divorced when I was 5 and we moved to LA, but my dad always stayed down there and I always came back in the summertime. So I'm very fond of Dallas. Got some great friends down there. Got pretty much my whole family down there. So, I got a lot of ticket requests, so I got to get that taken care of. So I'll be coming out of my pocket a little bit this trip.
Do you feel prophetic that you brought the team there, earlier in the year and said, this is what we can do? When you showed them the
No,
stadium?
I'm not a prophet. I'm a head basketball coach. I'm not a prophet. But I did want them to get a sense of it and, feel what it'd be great, looking on the Jumbotron, and that thing is so huge. And, to see UConn, stretched out over 80 yards is pretty cool. And I wanted them to, realize that dream that we can do it no matter what. And we was coming off a Houston loss and, a game before SMU, but I knew we wasn't going to stay here. Stay with that Houston loss. I knew we was going to move on of it and build off of it, so I wanted them to understand that. And taking them to Texas Stadium, I think, all of them really understood the magnitude it would be for our university and for them as a person to get back.
How valuable is it to have 3 guys that have been to the Final Four before winning a championship? I mean, you've been there too as an assistant, but how valuable is it to have those guys?
Oh, it's tremendously valuable. They know what it takes. They know what the feeling is, the journey. But I don't think they'll be overwhelmed with the crowd. And I think they'll be helping our young guys understand what it takes and not get distracted, because we're down there for one thing only, and that's to win on Saturday and move on to Monday.
Hey, maybe old ground, Kevin, but can you give me any insight into how you become this wordsmith with all your sayings? I mean, is there someone who influenced you? Where do you get all these very catchy sayings you have and you share with your players in the media?
I don't. Yeah, I just read a lot, and my mother, and it's just I don't know. I don't try to do it all the time. I just try to plant the seeds in their minds sometimes, and hopefully they listen. They give me sayings. Of course, it's rap sayings, and I can't repeat those. But it's just I don't try to do it all the time. But I always want to keep the same message, and that's playing hard, and that's playing for each other, and playing together, and just try to twist it and say it in a different way. But I'm saying the same thing all the time.
Kevin,